see here.
Recording in progress.
All right. I was gonna say Shabbat Shalom, but greetings, family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. This is part two of what I'm calling priority and pleasure. Tonight, I'm calling this priority and pleasure, and this is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation, and we're here every night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Every night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're also here night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're also here what we call Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. Zoom only for private classes, which is private Zoom meetings for introduction to solving class of knowledge. Then we're also here on the Sabbath, which is what they call Saturday, which is the Sabbath day at noon for Assembly of the Righteous. So just to let everybody know, but tonight is the Fight Fire with Truth, and which is open conversation. We just restarted. There wasn't no one in, and so I opened up with priority and pleasure. Priority and pleasure. Now, what I was saying is that, and it was just on my mind because me and my wife, we had a conversation. And like I said, this is part two. And don't forget, yesterday, which was Sunday, December 4th, 2026. It was Sunday, December 4th, 2026. We're in the night after the 26th, after the 4th, January 4th, 2026. And tomorrow day will be the 5th. Tomorrow will be the 5th. So, which is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth would be tomorrow night this time. But other than that, just wanted to share with you that priority and pleasure. Priority and pleasure with a lot of people, like I said, anyone practically 35 to 40 years old and younger, they're more into pleasure than taking care of their priorities, right? And I'm just gonna say a lot of it is of the parents' fault. Now, my parents, which I'm glad just to share with you on when my coming up, when I was a little man, I used to take care of my great grandmother. I used to take care of my great grandmother. She had an amputated leg. She was going to dialysis. She was taking a table full of medicine, and I was taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was taking care of her until she passed. So I was taking care of her. Then I started to work. I started working. I started doing something that I like to do, which is dance. But I was taking care of her until she passed. But yet and still, I grew because as I was taking care of her, I was also getting paid by the state. I believe it was. I was getting a check every month. But the whole point is, I was taking care of her. It taught me value, family value. Number one, taught me how to pay bills. I had to take care of her bills. I had to cook for her. I had to clean the house. These are things I did growing up, taking care of my great grandmother. I did these things growing up. And by me doing these things, I had some time for pleasure, me getting out there having fun with my boys, dancing and things like that. But that was my priority. That was where I laid my head, and I had to take care of my great grandmother because she had no one to take care of her. She had an amputated leg, like I said. She had a table full of medicine she had to take. I had to cook for her, I had to clean for her, and you had to go grocery shopping. It's a lot of things I had to do, and these are in my early ages, 16, 17, 18. I think mostly 18 because I moved my father at 16 after my mother and my mother, my stepfather moved to Mississippi, and my other siblings, they moved to Mississippi when I was 16. My mother we kept saying, at 16, you're going to get on your own and stuff like that. At 16, I actually started staying with my father. I moved with my biological father and my other siblings at this time, But I will always go and visit my great grandmother. But I would go in. I mean, before then, I would always visit her. But at this time, when they left me to go to Mississippi to stay, I stayed with my biological father, but I was going back and forth taking care of my great grandmother from my biological father's house and my other mother and my other siblings to go take care of my great grandmother like on the weekends or when I could. And then it got to the point after 2 years of being with my father, I ended up moving in with my great grandmother, and I took care of her until she passed. So I was with her for about 8 years. I think it was 8 years I was with her until she passed. And but that taught me how to take care of my business. It taught me how to take care of bills. It taught me how to go grocery shopping. It taught me how to keep my house clean. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot of things about life before I actually came to meet life. And this is the problem with our people today. A lot of people don't even know how to pay bills. See, with children, you have to teach them early on how to do certain things because you can be doing stuff for them and you can put them out there in the world. They're gonna be empty. I don't know what to do. That's why you teach a child in the way it should go, and when it gets older, it won't depart from them. Matter of fact, I just thought about it. I didn't do no scripture in part one because I was just speaking in part one. But I'm gonna go to Proverbs in part two, just to give a little information according, because a lot of people don't know the book was for our learning. Even though they took me, I've seen today on TikTok. No, it was on X, formerly known as Twitter. I was listening at a brother being interviewed by these two Caucasian young ladies, and he was telling them they took the Bible out of the schools. When they took the Bible out of school, because the Bible used to teach us, we used to be, which I remember the Bible used to be in school, but just before they actually took it out. But they took the Bible out of school because the Bible actually taught you home living and things like that. I believe it's in 22, I believe what I'm looking for. I believe that's chapter 22, but I'm going to check it real quick just to make sure. It talks about teach a child in the way it should go. It's 22 or 27. But these are certain things. These right here are certain things. These are comparison, warnings, and instructions continued. This is 26. I'm still thinking it's 20, and it's something just catching my eye right there. But I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's hit me real quick. 23. Little something that's hit me there in 23. I'm gonna hit you with that in a few seconds. There you go, right there. I thought it was in 22 and 6. Chapter 22, verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he would not depart. It would not depart from him. Let me get that. Put that right there. It says, train up a child in the way he should go. I'm going to say it because it could be a boy or a girl. Where he should go. And when he is old, he would not depart from it. That is a very wise tale because that's the part. A lot of people are not raising children today. This is the problem that we have. A lot of our people are not raising our children. One thing is the system got people going to work. You have to go to work to keep a light and stuff over your head, but you're not giving children opportunity or duties to do certain things. They're not giving children certain things to do in order to take care of the household. Children ought to learn how to take care of a responsibility. This is the reason why men was in the house. This is one of the reasons why because men is doing always what? What do mostly men do? Men are always out working, taking care of the household. If he's out working, he's taking care of the household, he brings the funds home to the mother or the wife. The wife is usually taking care of the bills. If the man isn't doing it, and while he's working, the women are doing it. Okay, let me see what we got over here. Over here on Facebook Live. Got a few. Let me see right here. Okay. Abba, the French Bulldog. How you doing? Said hi. How you doing? Shark Boy, how you doing? Albert the French Bulldog said, I love, I love Jesus and the Bible. Bless you. Bless you as well. Hello. Jail Hearing. Hey, say hi, please. I'm saying, hey, how you doing? Albert the French Bulldog. He loves you so much. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Jessica Sampson. I've been sad because I have been to church, because I haven't been to church in 2 weeks. Hold on. Have been in church in 2 weeks because too many people are going on trips. Okay. Okay. That's one thing I'm talking about tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I'm kind of speaking on. See, a lot of people are going on trips, but are they taking care of their priorities first? Are they taking care of their priorities first? And this is what I'm talking about. Priorities and pleasure. We got so many people, they into pleasure and doing things, but they're not taking care of their priorities. So what I'm just sharing with you in Proverbs 22:6, again says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So if you give a child a chore or a responsibility, key. Now, one thing my father did when I would go and stay with my father and my biological father and my other mother. I had two mothers and two fathers. When I stayed with my biological father and my other mother and my other siblings, my father would make us get up, like especially on Saturday morning when everybody go to school, and when I come visit, we mostly there on the Saturday, on the Sabbath. And what he would do, he have everybody cleaning up. He have somebody washing dishes, somebody cleaning the floor, one person cleaning this room or cleaning that room, person sweeping down the front stairs, somebody sweeping down the back stairs, cleaning the walls. He had us doing that. Now, when you're growing up, you think it's bad and evil and stuff like that. You think these things. But as it says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, it will not depart from him. When you get your house, you're going to do the same thing. And this is the key. But see, a lot of people pamper their children and they don't tell them or give them responsibilities to do, because it's going to go with them when they go throughout life. If you do something, the more you do something, it's going to become a habit. And the more it becomes a habit, it becomes a part of you. And if it becomes a part of you, it ain't gonna leave from you. So if you grow up cleaning up, you're gonna be clean. If you got parents that say, no, you ain't gotta do it, son, go over there, sit down, don't do this. No, get a child want to move, want to do something. Give them something to do. Go pick that trash up, take that trash out. Sweep the floor over there, wipe that up over there. You give them chores to do, so when they grow up, it won't depart from them. When they get their own house, it's not going to depart from them. People need to understand this. A lot of people don't even understand that these things grow on the children. A lot of times when men men are disciplined. We're disciplinaries. I'm a disciplinary. I go do this, go do that. I tell you what to do or whatever. That's why I tell my wife, it probably was good I didn't raise up around. I'll be just like my parents was on me. I wouldn't be like the way these children is now, growing up with no clue of what to do or some things of not to do because the parents didn't allow them to know. You was with me. If I was your parent, you would deal with what I said, or you got your butt toe up. And I'm just straight up. You would do what I say. I'm talking about my children. And they siblings, my siblings, which is cousins and stuff that's with me. If you in my house, you stand, I'll do just like my father did. Well, my cousin then will come over and spend the night. And then some of them stay right next door. When they come spend the night, and then when we'll be cleaning the house up, go over there and get so-and-so and so-and-so and tell them to come over. They spent the night over last night, right? Yeah, come on over, tell them to come over here and clean up. And they came over and cleaned up. They didn't like it, but they did it. But you know, one thing that my brother Reese, rest in peace, one thing me and Reese always remember. And Reese was always like that till he passed. Well, he worked for what he did. He worked for what he did. He didn't have the best of life, but he worked for it. He got out there, he worked. His hustle was working. He go there, clean up somebody's house. He'll do what he'll hustle. That's what he did. Rest in peace. He's been gone for about 2 or 3 years now. But rest in peace, my brother Maurice Shavers, you know. But he would, and that's one thing me and him had conversations about. Man, we remember when we was cutting up, Daddy had us cleaning up, washing tables and cleaning walls and mopping down and sweeping down steps and this and that. But we recognized it was good for us. We recognized that it was good for us. How did we recognize it was good for us? Because we carried it throughout life. We clean up where we are. We clean up in the things that we do. And when he did what he did, you know what I'm saying? We cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did as a family. You know, with my biological father. Now my mother, she taught us how. Now when I was with my mother, my stepfather, you know, I was out. Now my stepfather, my other father, which is my stepfather, now he was a mechanic. Had me and my other brother, we out there in the garage with him. We learning the tools. He telling us what tools to get. I used to actually pick up. My cousin was shocked. I picked up I picked up. I was young though. I was 7, 8, 9, maybe somewhere around that age. I picked up a transmission. My cousin seen me pick that transmission up. He like, man, boy, he picked the engine up. He thought it was the engine, but it was a transmission. But my cousin Joe, he was shocked. Joe Harris, yeah, he was shocked. He'd talk about it today. He seen me, he said, man, he picked up an engine. Yeah, but it was a transmission that I picked up. And he was shocked to see me pick that up, you know. But yet still, you know, I started learning how to do things when it comes to mechanic. You know, that wasn't my thing. I always wanted to be more of a carpenter, but I never really got into it. That's something I always wanted to do. Be more of a carpenter, start learning how to build things and stuff like that. I wanted to, that was something in my mind, but I never really, certain things I wanted to do, I never really got around to, but that's a trade. And that's what another thing people need to understand. A trade is better than a job. You can take your trade and you can be an entrepreneur and make your own business out of a trade. Some people think a trade is a job. A trade is just like you have your own entrepreneurship. You act like you have your own business. You can be your own contractor under a trade. You can work for somebody and you can be your own contractor under a trade. That's what they taught us. Because I dropped out of school as well to take care of my great grandmother for a point in time. Then I ended up going back to Job Corps and I graduated. But in Job Corps, they had carpentry. They had I took all the mechanics up because my other father, after they left and whatever, while they was gone, I ended up going. I took up all the mechanics because of that, you know. And people don't know you have influence on your children. I don't care how mean you think you are to them, to some of them anyway. It all depends on if you just a straight. It all depends on what type of person you really were. But a lot of times your children. You have influence. You influence your children in a lot of things you do as parents. Just sharing the knowledge. We have influence on children. Children could be watching you. You'll never know who's watching you. You'll never know who's watching you. You'll never know what child is looking at you and picking up habits from you. Why? Because they admire you. A lot of children have picked up bad habits off of guys because they seen the things that they do. And these guys probably, well, that's me. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But no, you have influenced people by the things you've done. We all do it. You'll never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you. Kevin Samuel influenced a lot of people, even though before he even got to where he was, the subject and everything was already out long before I even left Detroit going to Germany. The subjects that he talked about was already out there, but God, he used to say it. He used to talk about Robbie Ali. I forgot her name. The sister that really didn't give him praise when she had a chance to. She kind of put him down. But the one she put out the book, what's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, she was with the Muslim way of life, and he gave her much praise. Talked about her book. I remember that too. That was just before I went to Germany. I seen her one time with Donahue, and I was like, I didn't understand that tag. I only seen it like on a quick moment, and the guy was talking. She was just cutting him off like that. But when I started to see the videos and stuff, I said, I remember her. Then I started to understand more of what she was saying. But not her, but everything else outside of her conversation was already about stuff that's going on in the days and time and stuff that was leading up to what Kevin Samuel was saying. So he was an influence to a lot of people of today. You don't know who you influence. You will never know who you could be walking. People are looking. People are always watching you. People on your job is watching you. People in the streets are watching you. People in your families are watching you. You know what I'm saying? You're being watched. Some for the good and some just hating. Some just hating just to be hating because they want to hate. And I got a lot of them. But I don't worry about it. I'm being watched though. I'm being watched. And I don't worry about what somebody say, gotta say, want to say. Well, I don't worry about that. As long as I'm doing the Creator's will and as long as I'm doing by right, that far as I know. And if I am doing anything, if you ever approach me, talk to me, because I will actually give you a conversation about whatever it is I'm doing. And if I done something that have offended some, I'll be quick to tell them that I apologize, but I'm not going to apologize for something that I know that's right. I'm definitely not going to apologize for that. Just to let you know. Because I'm going to give you the correct information on it, because I've come to learn better. When you learn better, you do better. A lot of things our parents thought that they did was right when we was coming up, some was wrong. A lot was wrong. But they didn't know because that's what they were taught. But when you grow, you're supposed to grow more wiser in the things you do. So when you start putting your priority and everything in front of your pleasure, now you start getting everything in order. You're putting your life in order. You're getting your house in order. So I guarantee you, the man or woman you're looking for, they're going to come to you. The right one. Long as you keep putting pleasure before, you gonna always get somebody that's gonna be pleasuring with you. I just want to let you know. Once you put your priorities together, you start putting your life in line, the right one. See, it all depends on what energy you're holding. If you're always partying, you're gonna draw somebody that's gonna party, and that's all they're about is partying. You want to be serious, but they ain't gonna be serious because they partying too. But once you get your mind right and your mind set, you're going to be able to see who's for party and who's for real. Because your mind going to be steadfast. This is the read is train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. That there is a serious statement. So let's keep it moving down. Verse 7 in chapter 22 states, the rich ruleth over the poor. You see that? The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. The borrower is servant to the lender. If you don't have your priorities straight, you're always going to be borrowing from somebody, and then you're going to owe them. One way or another, you're going to owe them. It's saying it right here. You just have to see things in a different way than the way that the world telling you to see it. Once you start to see and have a better understanding, your eyes become open. The rich ruleth over the poor. That's 22:7 in Proverbs. Chapter 22, verse 7. And the borrower is the servant to the lender. He that soweth iniquity, he that soweth. See, he that continue to sow iniquity, ignorance. This is verse 8. He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. And the rod of his anger shall fail. He that soweth iniquity, the person that's doing sinful things, ignorant stuff. Remember I was just saying about the person who's playing pleasure? He who soweth pleasure, might as well say, shall reap vanity, meaning nothing. And the rod of his anger shall fail. So by you being mad, it's just gonna fall. It's gonna fall to nothing. Why? Because what you gonna get mad for? What you getting mad for? That's on you. Let's go to 9. Okay, let's go on down to 9 real quick. He that hath a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. He that has a bountiful eye shall be blessed. Prosperous eye. You're going to be blessed. It say blessed, But I say bliss, for he giveth of his bread to the poor. Because he give, he has it to give. He's not wasting it on pleasure. Excuse me. Verse 10. Cast out the scorner, and the contention shall go out. Cast out the scorner, and the contention shall go out. All the people that's out there that's doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, they start coming to you. They start, no, I ain't got it. You should have been handling your business. I need this for me and my family. And the contention shall go out. Yea, strife and reproach shall cease. Because you're going to get it away from you. Strife and reproach is going to cease. Cast out the scorner, and the contention shall go out. Yea, strife and the reproach shall cease. He that loveth pureness of heart, he that loveth pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. And that's how those people, those are the blessed. And put it like that. He that loveth pureness of heart. No different than what I'm sharing with right now. If you love pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. The eyes of Yah preserve knowledge, and he overthroweth the words of the transgressor. You see that? 11 again first. He that loveth pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. A person gonna be your friend. Why? Because you're pure. No different. I'm telling you right now. Take care of your priorities first. That's pureness of heart. Take care of your priorities first. A lot of people want to get out there and play, and then when the time comes, they stuck. Oh, I need this, I need that. But they was playing not too long ago. They showed themselves playing all on TikTok, all on Facebook, all on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Then you see them on X. And you see them on Instagram. Oh, they having their best life. They going out playing all this, that, but next thing you know, they turn around and they need some money from you. I gotta take care of my business. I got bills I gotta pay. I can't pay your bills for you, and I got bills too. That money you was out there playing and having fun and going to parties and all that stuff, you should have been thinking about that before the party. Parties can wait. Parties will always be there. I don't care how important they're supposed to be, they're always going to be there. Parties going to always be there. But your bills and stuff going to always be there too. You got to take care of that first. Priority before pleasure. All right. The eyes, verse 12, the eyes of Yah preserve knowledge, and he overthroweth the words of the transgressor. He overthrows the words of transgressor. Let's just say it like this. I'm using this in the place of priority and pleasure at this time. The eyes of Yah preserve knowledge. The knowledge is in the ones who is doing their priorities. That's where the knowledge is at. In the ones who taking care of that priority. Take care of your bills, your family, the ones that you're taking care of, your friends, if they're in your corner. But you're going to make sure that your household and your first priority is your household, the things that you got to take care of your house. And then you spread out. You take care of self-preservation first and everybody else next. Everything starts at where the bullseye, you in the middle of the bullseye. You are the bullseye. You are the number one priority you take care of first, and then you start to spread into wealth. You take care of you first, everything else is going to take care of itself. And that's with everybody. So that's where the eyes of Yah preserve his knowledge, and he overthroweth the words of the transgressor. So when the person that comes to you, well, I need this, I need that, and then try to make you put that guilt trip on you, You overthrow that stuff. No, hey, I took care of me. How come you ain't doing your business? How come you ain't trying to get a job? How come you ain't handling your business? How come you spending your money the way you spend it? You may have a job, but why are you wasting the stuff you're supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be prioritizing. Why aren't you prioritizing the stuff that you need to prioritize with? That's why you see so many. Me and my wife went to the hospital today. My wife, my other mother, not my biological mother, she in Mississippi, but my other mother, she's here. Carl could be with her was going by to see her today. Ended up finding out she's in the hospital. I'm like, what? She called and went to the hospital. She's sitting in there for, just not feeling too good. So we like, man, we went to go see her. What's the reason why I said, oh, me and my wife was walking through the hospital today, and we were just talking about what we talking about now, priority and pleasure. And it's a reason why I brought her up while we was going there, because we was talking about something while we was going there. But the point is that while we was walking, we was talking, and we were just talking about, I know what it was. We was walking through through like a little plastic point, and somebody's on the outside walking, holding their pen, and I was just thinking, I said, it's a sad, that's exactly what it was. I said, it's a sad thing to know when we was growing up. Think about it. Every one of you was in school, and all of you seen people when you was growing up. Imagine you growing up in school, then 20 years later, you just see people that's on a whole different level. Imagine, just think back to your school days. Everybody you seen in school, we all was on the same level. We all was on the same level when we was going to school, right? And I say same level, we was in the same grade, different grade, whatever it was. We all was going to school. We had clothes. We going back and forth. We're learning throughout school. 20 years later, people in the streets, some of them on drugs, some of them are alcoholics. Many people are on a whole different kick compared to when they was going to school. And you would never think that people grew up to be where they are today. And people don't think about that. So many people are so busy with their life, they don't take a sit back and think about 20 years, like let's just say about 7, 8 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10, even in your teens. Everybody going to school, everybody doing pretty good. They haven't gotten on their own yet. They haven't even left high school yet. They're all going to school. 20 years after high school, let's just say 18. What you got? You got 28 and then you got 38, right? People going on to their 40s. Some people just ain't doing good. But we know that we're learning, but it's things that we should start getting prioritized first. And once you get these things prioritized and get these things together, once you start getting the life together, you start to see, okay, I need to take care of this. I need to take care of that. Because back in the day, the fathers used to take the son and the fathers used to teach the son how to be organized in business or whatever it is in order to run a household. Because remember, whether y'all know it or not, the men used to take the woman from a household, from her father and her mother, and bring her to his house. That's where life was. The men learned how to be men. The boys grew up being men, following the father's footsteps. The father had some type of trade, job, career, business. The man had something going on where he knew that he can take care of his business. So when he get his wife, or when he go to get his wife, most time it was arranged marriage, or someone that saw somebody, or something that was arranged, or somebody that they knew, or something, whatever it was that they was arranged, or they liked, or whatever. Then they met the family and met them. They would meet the family, take the woman from that family, and bring them into the household. The woman would learn how to be the wife by her mother in the household. The woman would learn how to be the wife, but the men knew how to build a house for the wife to take care of. This is what we've lost. This is what we've lost. That's why Kevin Samuel always asks, do you know how to be a wife? A lot of women say they know how to be a wife. They don't even know how to take care of a household. Some don't know how to cook. Some don't know how to grow food out in the garden. Some don't. See, men is the one that be out and about. They out conquering the world. They building things. The women is at home handling the household that the men brought her to. But the sad part is, the sad thing is women are so independent today, they don't know how to be or how to hold down a household the way it should be or the way it was. This is what has happened when the system gave the independence to the woman. And I don't have a problem with it because it is what it is. If you want to be the way you want, all I'm saying is the way it was in the days of old, things was better because men were taught, boys to men, were taught to love their wives, to love their woman, because men don't leave their home. Men don't leave their families quick. Until we got to the days of these back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, when they got drugs and stuff out there, when the government started going down. 1933, everything started, the New World Order started. 1913 to 1933, the New World Order started then. So we was already in the 400 years. That 400 years messed us up, but we're out of the 400 years now of slavery and things like that. We're out of that now. We got to get back to basic. We got to get back to basic to start being a wholesome family and start building as a unit. So men, like I said in part one, I was listening to MTR yesterday. And he had Kevin Samuels. He was showing an old clip of Kevin Samuels. He was riding in the car, and he was just talking about recreating yourself. Men, get you a trade. Boys, should I say, all y'all young men, learn a trade. Learn carpentry. Learn mechanics. Learn technical. Like technical institutes. Stuff that that's gonna make money. Stuff that if you are one wonderful thing would be an engineer. If you can learn to be an engineer, you can create things. If you can learn how to be a carpenter, you can create homes. What I mean is you can build homes. It's a lot of things that we can do if we put our mind to it. This rap game is for the birds. You already see where it's going and who's in control of it. All this stuff, the singing, rap game, and all that, that's for the birds. Dancing and all that. If you're going to rap, do it for fun. See what I'm saying? If you're going to do it for fun. Don't let that be your career. Let the dancing, the rapping, the singing, all that stuff. Now, if you good, you can make a career out of it. Build your own. Do like, I just seen a documentary on Cat Williams today. Even though he came up and went down, he did it on his own. He's not under a contract of the system. He was doing things on his own. Learn how to do things on your, whatever that you're good at. If you feel like you can make a career out of it, learn it at the best of your ability. That's the only thing I say. Learn it with the best of your ability. Singing, dancing, if you're going to let that be your career, learn it with the best of your ability where no one can take from you what you have earned. I would say that to you. Other than that, even if you're doing that, get you a trade. Carpentry, engineering, plumbing, electrician, all these things, mechanic, technical, all this stuff, that will put you in a position to always get paid because somebody always needs somebody to do some work for them. And if you're good at what you're doing, you ain't got no problems. Somebody gonna always need work done. And this is what people need to know. So, and if you're good at singing, somebody can always book you. But remember in the scriptures, food, shelter, and clothing is the most valuable thing in the earth that people need. Food, shelter, and clothing. Everyone needs to eat and drink. Everyone needs shelter, no matter what type of shelter it is. And you know what? All these things need to go. All the stuff I shared with you when it comes to carpentry, plumbing, all that stuff goes with shelter. And clothing. Everyone need clothing. You got women who can sew, who can make your own clothes. Everybody wearing all these other Caucasian people clothes. You can be making your own clothes. We got to get back to the basics. Once you get back to those basics, you ain't got to worry about crypto and all this other stuff, because you're gonna be able to have your own currency by the things you do with your own hands. What does it say over here? Again, it says, "The rich ruleth over the poor." This is verse 7, Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. That means anytime you go to the bank, anytime you do all this, you're a servant. You're a slave to whoever's giving you whatever that you're borrowing. The key is become rich in the things you do. You ain't got to be wealthy rich. You rich in your knowledge. That's the key. Knowledge is the key of being rich. As long as you got a trade, you're always paid. Let me say that again. As long as you got a trade, you are always paid. Because somebody going to need your services. Somebody going to be, man, do you know somebody do this? Do you know somebody do it? Yeah, I know somebody do this. Bam, call you up. Bam, that's a check. That's money right there. Yeah, I know this, man. This person good. They did mine. Then, bro, I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know. But it's up to us to get to that point. We got to build. So what I'm sharing with you is, parents, if you got children, start giving them chores. Give them chores where they can get an allowance so they can get paid for it. They can feel good about what they're making. Then start giving them to the point where they got to start handling some responsibility. They got to start paying some type of bill. They have to do that. So once they start getting up and start handling their own business, they will at least know how to do it. They can take that one concept and build off of it. They may just be, here, go pay the light bill. Explain it to them and talk to them. Now, the reason why you got to pay your light bill, you got to have lights on in your house. Now, if you've never had your lights cut off, which I have, not since I've been with not my family, but which has happened in my lifetime, lights has been off, water has been off once or twice in my lifetime, but this is where your learning comes in at. We all got to learn. We all go through mishaps. Everybody go, like I said last night or yesterday. I don't know nobody that went straight through life and didn't have no type of problems. Even all your quote unquote stars, a lot of them fell off one way or another. Some of them had drug problems. Some of them had drinking problems. Some of them had all kind of problems. But they bounced back because they didn't know what they was going to go through getting into the industry that they got into. Thinking that was the way. But like I said, if they found the trade and then just did that on the side, see, when you got your own, you ain't got to worry about getting anything. What does it say about the borrower right here, verse 7 again? The rich ruleth over the poor. I might as well say it. I'm just going to put it out there. Excuse me. The Diddy parties, right? Some people didn't go to those Diddy parties, but you got a lot of people that went. And you got a lot of them that got manipulated behind certain things that happened there. I'm just going to say that because I wasn't there to say it, but I'm just going to give you an assumption of things that happen. People get mixed up into certain things, and certain things happen. Some things are embarrassing because they got caught in the way, because they didn't mean to get caught up, but they got caught up. A lot of people set you up. And this is when it says, the rich ruleth over the poor. When you come to his party, you're poor anyway because it's their party. And if you're not handling your business, watching yourself, or not getting manipulated or persuaded, you won't be into the point of being a borrower. And the borrower is servant to the lender. You won't be in that position. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things going on that people need to understand, and we need to understand things better for our children. So again, Proverbs, it was some other things I seen in here that crossed my eye, but I was mainly looking for chapter 20, Proverbs 22 and 6. Then over here, verse 7. 23 and 7 says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is anybody who have whatever you think and how you are, this is who you are. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. You see that? For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. For however he think within his mind, that you are who you are your thoughts. You are who you think you are. You are who you think of and the things you apply. Verse 9, I'm reading on down a little bit. 23 verse 9. Speak not with the ears of a fool. Speak not in the ears of a fool. For he will despise the wisdom of thy words. And that happens all the time, especially with me. No different than what I'm telling right now. Some people are like, oh, you know what he's talking about. And they don't even realize I'm talking to a fool. Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. For their Redeemer is mighty, he shall plead their cause with thee. That means the Creator going to take care of you. You mess around and mess with the wrong people. Creator going to deal with you. Mess with the wrong people, the Creator going to deal with you. 12. That's chapter 23 and 12 of Proverbs. Apply thine heart unto instruction. You see that? Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ears to words of knowledge. To the words of knowledge, which is what I'm sharing with you tonight. Withhold not correction from the child. Bam, there we go again. Withhold not correction from the child. First, apply thy heart to instruction. That's verse 12. 23 and 12 of Proverbs. Apply thy heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. And that's fact. What it's saying is, this just saying in a harsh form the way people would think, what it's saying is, sometimes you got to beat the devil out of them. You got to whoop their butt. You got to whoop them. They're going to think about what they did. They're going to be mad, but they're going to think about what they did. Because children would do things and they would get away with it, and they would keep on in that folly with whatever they're doing. Then it says, thou shalt beat him with the rod and shall deliver his soul. There it go right there. Thou shalt be, it says verse 13 and 14. Whether people accept that or not, the children wouldn't be the way they are today if they was listening to this. Withhold, verse 13 and 14 of Proverbs chapter 23. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod and shall deliver his soul from hell. You see that? You see that? How many of our children in hell now? What I mean by hell? The prison and the grave. The prison is a hell. It's a hell hole. The grave is a hell. It's called Sheol in Hebrew. Sheol is hell, and the prison is a hell, is a living hell. and then they're getting paid off. They getting paid off our people in prison. That's a hell, whether y'all understand that or not. People in there for years have to submit to whatever's going on. They don't have their own way of life. They have to think, and whatever it is that they doing it to and with them in there, that's the thought that they have. They have to go. They have to abide by. They can't get away. Excuse me. They can't get away. Verse 15. My son, if thine heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yea, my reins shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things. When you talk right things, I'm going to rejoice. Let not thine heart envy sinners, you see. Let not thine mind, thy heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of Yah all the day long. I mean, fear of the Creator, the word of the Creator. Let not thine heart envy sinners. Don't envy these sinners doing it. And that's what people do. Especially the young. They envy these people out here doing the wrong thing. Well, I want to be like him. When they was out here getting that, what they call that fast money, I want to be like him. I want to get out here and do this and that. And there was envy, I told you. I was just sharing with you not too long ago. People watch what you do. And just because they're watching you, a lot of people want to be like you. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Verse 22, 23 and 22. Chapter 23, verse 22 of Proverbs. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. And that's what a lot of people do too. Excuse me. Again, 22. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Them are books that people need. What I was just telling you earlier about a trade. What about a trade? I'm not just telling you about a trade, about doing things that's going to make you better than whatever it is you do. I'm going to do 22 and 23 again. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. Number 23. Proverbs 23, 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Buy these things. Study these things. And you'll come out on top. The father of the righteous shall surely rejoice, shall greatly rejoice. And he that begotteth a wise child shall have joy. There you go. Shall have joy of him. I'm trying to share with you how to make your child. You got a lot of children out here that ain't going to want to do the right thing. I'm going to let you know that now. I got a nephew that's gone now because he wanted to be slick. And you know what? He was cunning. He was smart. I don't say he was wise, but he was. I could tell he'd have been something if he'd been on the right track. Got out there and got murdered for whatever. A few years back, got a nephew. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy in him. If your child is wise and you teach them correctly, they're going to be good. Because they're not only going to be good for him and for you, they're going to be good for the family and everybody around them. Thy father, is at verse 25. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. That's because you're going to be a wise child. My son, verse 26. Proverbs 23:26. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch. Y'all see that? You see that? That's the next thing. That's the next thing. These women out here today. My son, give me thine heart, and thine eyes shall observe my ways, which is the wisdom. For a whore, got a lot of them out here, they don't want to accept themselves as being whores, but for a whore is a deep ditch. That means a whore, woo, just hit me. Let me show you. Bam, will just hit me. I'm gonna read this up, and then I'm gonna tell you what will hit my mind. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. Deep ditch, narrow pit. Imagine a well. Imagine a deep well. You mess with a woman, you end up falling in that well. It's hard to get out, especially if it's too wide. Unless someone help you, it's hard for you to get out, because think about it. What is a whore and a whorish woman? It said, for a whore is a deep ditch and a strange woman. A strange woman. A lot of them is a stranger other than your own kind. But other than that, for a whore is a deep ditch and a strange woman is a narrow pit. Boy, I'm going to break this down for y'all. I'm going to tell you what hit my mind as soon as I seen it. And I just shared with you. A well. Imagine a well or just a deep ditch. Remember they threw Joseph in the ditch? Joseph couldn't get out, then they pulled him out and they sold him. Then when Reuben came back to get him, he was already gone. A deep ditch. When you mess with a whore just wants your money. A lot of them today, that's all we got. Whore just want your money. When you and I actually did a post on that. It's a post on Facebook that I actually did from Instagram. I post on Facebook. I did 2 posts actually. It's in my story. A woman that get with a man for money. If it ain't the man getting with them and bringing them in, and they're actually on a traditional, which is a man get a virgin, might as well say, or from the house, and he bring her in, and she actually is his woman forever. He good. But when you get these women out here in the streets today, they're looking for a change. But all on Facebook. Guy trying to meet, some women have nice bodies. One guy, he approached a girl, first thing she had to say was, we going shopping? I said, going shopping? We going shopping? You gonna take me shopping? Shopping for what? I just met you. Yeah, but he said, I just want to get to know you. Well, you can get to know me. Why you buying me clothes? That right? Bye. Next day, he go get in the car. She want to come behind him. A lot with the gold digger situation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these gold digger situations. Y'all, if you don't get your head on straight, you're going to be in a deep ditch, as we just read. A narrow pit. Straight in hell, because what it is that pit is everything being taken from you. That's what it is. That narrow ditch and that deep pit. It's everything been taken away. When you get with a woman, she's going to take it from you one way or another. Some men been accused of rape. Some men been accused of rape, and the system is against the man anyway. So y'all can almost understand rape, child support, alimony, and any other thing when it comes to the system taken from the man. That's your deep ditch, and that's your narrow pit. That's your deep ditch, and that's your narrow pit. Why? Because of a woman. If she's not one, listen, if you can't tell that she's for you, and the best way to tell if she's for you, if you ain't got nothing, or if you ain't got it and she's willing to give. That's how you can tell. And I don't mean faking, I mean really, really there for you. It ain't about the money with a real woman. You want to talk about real women? Real woman? I'm not talking about these feminists. I'm talking about a real, what they say, I want a real man. A real woman gonna be by you through thick and thin. She gonna try to help you any way possible. She ain't talking about leaving you at the drop of a hat. I'm just gonna let you know. That's a real woman. A helpmeet. That's what a helpmeet is. A real woman. All these women with the PhDs and going to school and I got my this and I got my that. Leave them alone. I would say leave them alone. But you might got something that's real out there. The whole thing is knowing the attitude. But the whole thing is, that's how you check. You check their attitude. You check their mental. Because you can, and I ain't got to do it with mine, but you can try a person. See, men, they're going to take care of theirs. Men are. But women, you got some men out here that's using you too. Just because you got the money. And that's the difference. You got some women that would, it goes vice versa, but the point is, you got to know the man is going to be the man. But I don't know too many women that make more than the men that's going to allow the man, and that's just the way it is. I don't know too many. It may be some that will. I don't know too many that will. But the point is, priority and pleasure. Priority is the key to everything when it comes to relationship. Not only relationship, to your own well-being, keeping your house in order. Priority. Keep your priorities together, you'll be straight. Your priorities going to fall in line with your relationship. You know why? Because the woman that you meet is going to be prioritized through the scriptures, through the word, through the mentality, through everything that you do. Your priorities are, like I said earlier, you get your priorities together, the right one going to come. Because you're going to have yourself straight, you're going to know what you're doing, and then when that person comes, you're going to see and you're going to know. When that one comes, you'll know. It'll take some time. Don't give right in. And I'm saying, my main thing is get to know each other. I ain't telling you what to do, how to do, and the way to do, but all I'm saying is get to know each other. Once you do that, you'll know it's going to be, talk to the creator. Ask them to send you, and then when they're there, talk to them, ask them, is this the one? You'll know. You will know. That's for real. So, I went a lot longer on this one than I expected because, I went into the scriptures here just a little bit, went to Proverbs a little bit. But the whole point is priority over pleasure. Priority first before pleasure. We all got time for pleasure. Priority is number one. That way you don't have to be worried about when Kevin Sam was talking about these women. When you get so old, because y'all looking for these six-figure men instead of just getting with a man that's doing good for himself. Y'all too busy looking for a certain amount. You can cut your neck off right there because you're looking for something that may not be looking for you. A lot of these women looking for something that may not be looking for them. Get with somebody that's your caliber, that you feeling spiritually. Because you feeling a little spiritually, y'all gonna vibe together. Talk to the creator. I always say, talk to the Almighty. Not no Jesus, Emmanuel, whoever else, Yahshua. Talk to the Almighty. That's your father. You're made in the image of him. So you talk to the Almighty. And you talk to him. And be sincere. You'll get your answer. You'll get your answer. Other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for tonight. And just want to share with you that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead bed, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12. Battling that red dragon where Satan dwelled, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. And we're going to do the benediction, but like I say, pay attention to what I share with you, because priority over pleasure. Priority over pleasure. Then you're going to come out all right. Priority with your children. Teach your children in the way it should go, and it will not depart from them. You got to teach them how to learn to be responsible. You got to teach them how to do things in the house. There's children I know right now that the mother would not let them do nothing. Boys, that is. The whole family, that is, really. I'm saying boys and girls, what I'm trying to say. Boys and girls. The mother wouldn't let them do nothing. Now they making babies. Don't know how to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? There are things going on. They have no stability. They don't know how to work a job. It's sad. But you know something? It was the parents' fault. And when certain people try to step in to try to help them in a certain way, they didn't want them to. Then you had other people out there, women didn't want you to do nothing to their child until they got a certain age. When they got a certain age, it's too late now. They got their own mind. But she wants you to do something. When I tried, you wouldn't let me. Same with my nephew. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, these women, I'm saying women because the majority ones that's like that. They don't want you to tell. I got a brother-in-law like that. I got a brother-in-law. I told him and a sister about, yeah, you need to do this. Man, they spoil them. Now they're out here doing what they want to do. Talking about the children. It's sad. But it's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. But now the child got to learn their way. Either the child going to turn to a mentor to help them, or it is what it is. I heard one woman say today, man, we might have to get through 2 generations before these children get straightened up. And it's sad. You know. Then you got the next generation coming up under the ones that just came up that ain't listening. Try to share information with them. Then they ain't bringing the younger generation around to the grandparents to see them. To even learn certain things that they need to learn. Because they think they got it all good. Hey, all I can say is pray. That's one thing I can say. And get your priorities together. That's number one. Priorities is key. So, but before I do the benediction, we got some people over here. First, let me say, have Malcolm Biles over here on Instagram. Ray Jones, my cousin Ray, he was here for a moment. Bonzacure was here, and Akuma, I think, Akumoja, he was here for a moment on Instagram. Thanks for coming for y'all that was over there. I guess nobody on Facebook, but over here on YouTube Live, let's see who we have here. Yeah, a few people come by. This Ava the French Bulldog. Ava the French Bulldog said hi. How you doing? Shark Boy, Y2Y says hi. Greetings. Ava the French Bulldog says hi. I love Jesus and the Bible. Bless you too. I have another concept when it comes to Jesus for what I've come to know. Now, I don't try to push stuff on other people, but what I come to know some facts about that situation. But other than that, you know, you have your way of thinking. I just share information. Say hi, Jail Hearing, please. How you doing? I've been the French Bulldog. He loves you so much, really. Okay, I hear you. Jessica Sampson, I've been sad because I haven't been to church in 2 weeks because too many people are going on trips. Okay. Then Ado SVR, thanks. And Ava the Bulldog said hi again. All right. I'd like to thank y'all for coming over here on YouTube Live right then, and people that came in on Instagram, and anybody that do come in on YouTube, I'm sorry, my bad, on Facebook and on Zoom, which is the full version. So other than that, we going to do the benediction, and we're going to do this is the pre-seed benediction on Numbers. This is Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27, and this is the pre-seed benediction, and it states, verse 22 through 27, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift his face up, Yah lift his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, which is his law, and Yah will bless them. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shegevo, Vakuto Violam, Vaed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Blessed be thou, Father, universe, that help us in all that we know, that we knew, and that we can help each other in. Allow them to take this message tonight and flourish in it and understand what's being said for your word, your spirit, and your kingdom. In your holy word and all these things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Praise your Almighty. So, for anybody else that would like to keep in contact with me, you can always call or text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And also, if you'd like to email me, you can always email me at yyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right. Now, just wanted to share with everyone. I'll say that in a few minutes. But what I'll say is, if you'd like to connect with me on some of my platforms, I'm on right here on YouTube, live and video, which is full and short, on YouTube and on X, formerly known as Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter, and also on YouTube. Excuse me. One of my YouTube both of them is Juice Pro 33. You put in the search engines, or in X, formerly known as Twitter, and also YouTube in the search engine, JUICEPRO 33. That's JUICEPRO 33. All one word, all together. Excuse me. You'll come up. Please like, subscribe, and share in my YouTube or my X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm also on Facebook. Now, Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled MI'CHAEL space HARRIS. Again, that's MI'CHAEL space HARRIS. That's my Facebook. Now, my Instagram and one of my TikToks is L'chaim_the juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's one of my TikToks, and my Instagram is LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. All right. Now, my other TikTok and one of my other YouTubes that I'm just building, one of my other YouTubes and my other TikTok is Michael the Juice Harris, which is spelled all together MICHAEL Michael. Again, that's I'm sorry, I missed Harris. Again, that's Michael the Juice Harris, which is MichaelTheJuiceHarris. Excuse me, y'all. That's my one of my TikToks and one of my other YouTubes. Now, I'm also on Patreon and Rumble. Patreon and Rumble, you'll catch me on both of them at patreon.com and rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's patreon.com and rumble.com/LKHYYM. Now, my Zoom platform, like I said, I'm on Sunday, on the night after Sunday, which is tonight, is Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. That's tonight or the nights after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we on the night after Monday, which is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time as well. Now, we're on Zoom only. This is what I was going to say earlier. Excuse me. This is what I was going to say earlier. We're on Zoom only. This is private. Private information on Zoom only for your private office. And this is teaching people stuff they need to know to help them out in today's time. And we're on at 7:30 a.m. Rising Tuesday morning, Tuesday Rising, and 9 p.m. at night after the sundown on Tuesday, after Tuesday in the night. So that's the Rising at 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. after Tuesday, which is actually the night after Tuesday. And then we're on the Sabbath, which is Saturday as they call it. It's called the Assembly of the Righteous at 12 p.m. That's 12 p.m. noon on the Sabbath. So those are the days that we're here on Zoom, all those days, and every day on the other platforms except for Tuesday or Tuesdays, or that is. So other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for your time, your patience, your listening there, your seeing eye. And since Zoom, you've been on the longest, we're going to say bye to you first. I appreciate your time and everybody that's coming to see. Love you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace.
Recording stopped.
There we go. All right. Then we're going to say bye over here to Facebook. Say bye over here to Facebook. I hope you got something out of the night. I hope it was pertinent. And part 1 and part 2, I think, was pretty good tonight. Other than that, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening there, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace. All right. And over here on Instagram, I thank you for your time. And anybody whoever this is may be here on Instagram, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Appreciate love you for coming, and hopefully you got something out of the night. And I'll see you soon. Or hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Peace. Alrighty. And over here on YouTube Live, whoever you may be, I thank you for your time that's here. Thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace.